understand. We locked in, right? Okay, cool. I was wrong about how I went about my business, how I went about delivering the message. So next time, because like I told you, if your kids, especially your daughters, bro, they gonna date their daddies, whether they good dads or bad daddies. If I want a man to bring my daughter, my little princess, and sit her down and talk to her, you know, respectfully, I should do the same thing. So, hey, listen, you did X, Y, and Z. Here's why that's not okay. Do you understand why that's not okay? Okay, cool. Now we got that understanding. Let's put this behind us and let's move forward. And so then we talked about like the fear thing and the respect thing as parents. So a lot of people are like, man, my kids respect me. No, they fear you. That's not fear is not respect, bro. What real respect is you don't even have to open your mouth and certain things just happen. That's
Right.
really what respect is. You see what I'm saying? So like, and it's the actions. If you got to remind somebody, hey, if you don't do this, if it's an ultimatum, if you don't do this, I'm gonna do this. That's not respect, bro. That's fear. So I want to make
And you
sure.
remember? Oh, go
What's up,
ahead.
bro? No, go
No, I
ahead,
was
go ahead. You.
gonna say you remember we was talking about this earlier.
Hmm.
Yeah, we had we had a good dialogue talk about this earlier, and like I said, I just respect the simple fact of you taking an initiative at a young age to really help see these things clearly, because it is a hard job parenting. And the question I asked you, like your upbringing, the bottom line is,
Hmm.
did you go? Well, we already know you went through a lot of hard challenges, but what I'm saying is it was a learning challenge. So this is how you able to see what was wrong, what was right, and
Yeah.
you able to walk it with your daughters a different way. you
Hmm.
know but you remember I asked you, what did I ask you earlier today? I say, but would you take anything away from the way that your parents was raised you? And you really said to me, no. I was glad you said that, right? Because that's what makes you who you are. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? So
Hmm.
just as well as you want your kid to look at you and judge you in a different way, or how uh like I said, ain't nobody perfect. You know what I'm saying? So you want your kid to judge you in a good way, but also you don't know how they're going to judge it or how you're going to take it, because this life thing, it goes, sometimes it goes uncontrollably. You know what I'm saying? You don't know where it's going to go. But all
Yeah.
you could do is do the work. You got the tools, do the work, and correct yourself and
That's right.
recorrect yourself. Hey, I think you're doing a wonderful job right now. I just said to you, like I said earlier, make sure
Mhm.
you do it both ways. You see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? And
Yeah.
yeah, so they can understand it a lot more better that way. That's all.
Mhm. Yeah. No, and that's facts, bro. And that's the thing, man. Because you will really see, man, how people. How can I put it? Like the whether it's parenting methods and friendship methods or whatever the beliefs, right? We talked about if you start taking those things away, money, right? If somebody on crack, let's take the crack away, right?
Yeah,
Somebody alcoholic, look, all these different things. Let's strip these people down to who they are at the core,
who they
right?
are as a person, right?
As a person, exactly. Man, that'll tell you everything that you need to know, whether they a parent, a friend, a husband, or whatever, And so, like when you talked about like just correcting yourself and recorrecting yourself, man, that's really about what it's about in life, dog. Like
In life.
you know, so we not like because here's the thing, what I learned, because we talked about that. You're like, man, you talked about how your mama whooped you, da 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 da, right? And I'd be
Yeah.
like, yeah, that didn't make you right. And you said, well, that still helps you become who you are. And to that, I say, you are right? You are right. But we have to start giving ourselves credit for the personal development we do under the circumstances that we under.
Oh, most
Because
definitely, most definitely.
when, when I went through whatever I went through, whether it's with my parents or just in life in general, I had made the decision. This is how this is how I'm gonna go about my business.